Let's go over an easy option to train for more shoulder external rotation. So remember, rotation of the shoulder, this way is external, and this way is internal. So this setup is a prone setup. You're going to be face down. What you'll need is a yoga block, a pillow, I have a meditation pillow here. You could even use a stack of books. We just want something roughly 6 to 8 inches high. And then some sort of stick. I'm using a mace. I really like the mace because it'll kind of stay put wherever I leave it. But a broomstick is fine, or a dowel, a PVC pipe, whatever you got around. So first off, you're gonna lay face down. I like to use my arm as a pillow. I'm gonna keep my head up so you can hear me better, but know that you'll probably be set up with your head down or your head facing away, depending on your comfort. So we want the arm positioned 90 degrees off the torso with the elbow bent at 90 degrees. So you're gonna rest that down on top of your block. We want the block ideally to set us up so that the elbow is at about the same height as the shoulder when we're laying down. Next, get your dowel situated, and to assume the start position, we're going to allow our elbow to stay on the block and then externally rotate our shoulder to its active end range. Once we can't get our hand any higher, just grab hold and lock into this position. So this will be our start position for the first set of pails and rails. If we're working on rotation of the shoulder, the intention of pails and rails is a rotational intent. So you're trying to spin your bicep forwards or down to press your hand down toward the floor for pails, and try to spin your bicep backwards to get more external rotation for rails. All right? I moved my hand so you could see the direction of intention, but once you're in place, obviously we're locked in and we don't move. So, to recap, you get set up in your active end range by lifting your hand, you grab hold. From here, you can start right into pails and rails because we haven't achieved a passive stretch yet. So you don't have to wait a couple minutes, just go ahead and get started. I like to set this at the active end range to help people feel the contractions a little better in both directions. Once you get 1 or 2 pails and rails contractions, then we can start moving up into our passive end ranges. So to do that, we're just going to climb our fingers up the stick to get past that active end range into passive end range. Now the thing to be careful of here is the shoulder blade position. If you're too aggressive and you crawl your hand way up, you're going to notice that that shoulder starts to shrug up into your ear, and now that scapula is compensating for the excessive amount of climb that you're trying to get with that hand. So make sure as you're moving into your passive end range, a range where you're starting to definitely feel some stretching at the shoulder, we want to make sure the shoulder blade stays packed down toward the hip. So you climb up to active end range, keep the shoulder packed, you do 1 or 2 reps pails and rails, see how that feels. Then you climb up a little bit, catch some more stretch, keep the shoulder packed, and repeat. So once you're familiar with this and you're able to keep the shoulder in the correct position, I wouldn't say that you have to start with the active end range position. You could move up into the passive ranges, but I think it's a good idea to start at your active end range and then proceed to start moving into those passive end ranges. As with all pails and rails, you want to be here for at least 3 minutes or more, working your way up over time to about a 10-minute set. Give it a shot.